Let's play the Stanley Parable. This is going to be interesting. Oh.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Thought that is it.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That's not my
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
That was my real dead-end job. I'd be happy.
Was happy.
Oh.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Did he? You want to look? How do I move? Oh, not at all. No, that shouldn't be like that. That's just weird. So, how do I look and explore? And press things? Can only click. 4 to 8. There's nobody here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Anybody seen my memo? Anyone? There's nobody here. Oh, there's a door out there. We'll go this way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did he? Did he? Should we be defiant? What did you do? I can't remember what you did. You did both, didn't you? That door's shut. I want to go back that way. That way. Yeah, we'll go to the door.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, we're going this way now.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, if we're going to drink. It's very nice. Matches everything. Oh, look, a door.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But, we'll go. No, we will go that way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. Just a little
Yet
detour
there
there.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's still very bright outside. Oh, it's rather pink. in my room. What did you in my room? She's making my arm ache. I'm being serious.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Newly opened. It's dark and red out here. I like lifts. Time for a tea break. I like tea, Eddie. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or escape. Oh. No, we want to live.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
That is not true. I will live forever.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
He's right.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
It was that way, wasn't it? Here it was. No, it was... Yes, that's right. You just want to jump down there for me, do you? Alright. Oops. I died. I died. Splat. No. I lived!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No! I want to live! Oh well, face it on.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Yay! So is this heaven? Is this heaven? I can't see, it's too dark.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Really?
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, this looks like heaven. It's
When
more white.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, Death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh, it's James
Do you
Bond's
see
closet.
now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Buttons. I like to press buttons. Because that did nothing. Ooh, credits. Well done, people. Well done. Heaven seems so boring. Well, someone was obviously not doing their work if they're too busy playing solitaire. Well, this was fun. It's had a bit of a transformation over the years. It's a clock. Freedom! Freedom! Ending. It's still very bright outside.
How is that window outside?
But look at it, it's just bright. Ah.
How is that the outside? That's mental.
It's ending. Ending. Well, that's just rude. Did you now? Did you? Well, we didn't know that. So if heaven's a museum, it's rather boring. Am I lost? I'm lost. Really? You're gonna quote Lord of the Rings at this time? Hey, it's my office. Well, this is enjoyable. Oh, there's an exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Oh, you're on the
How
light
they
switch.
both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you
What?
see how much they need one another?
No, because you've turned the light
No,
off.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
How do you expect me to see?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true
look.
choice.
Oh, there it is.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I died. Oh well. This is better than being in heaven.
I think you have to press escape.
Did I have to press escape?
This happened to me and nothing happened.
Ah. Resume the game, begin the game.
I think so, yeah.
Begin.